The chance to begin the presidential nomination process is an opportunity unique to Iowans.
The main thing is the straw poll for the presidential caucus.
This caucus cycle, the Republican Party of Iowa will be participating in person at over 1,600 precinct locations across the state, ranging from homes to churches and schools. There's a few things to note on how the voting process will work on Monday night. Precinct chairs like Terry Rich of Dallas County will organize the caucus at their location.
So my job will be sure that we're all set up, that when people come in, they're not standing in line, they understand what to do.
After check-in, a prayer, reciting of the pledge, and time to speak about the candidates, followed by the election of the precinct chairs and county convention delegates.
Then we'll do the vote. It'll be counted in public. My job then, once I lead all to that, and then once we get the actual number, we record it on a piece of paper.
The votes will then be submitted to the state party by precinct chairs through a cloud-based system used on phones and laptops, where they will only have access to their own precinct.
Hit that, and then I will just put the number of votes for each candidate, and that should match the sheet that I have that we will announce publicly that night to the people who participated in the precinct.
All hard copies of voter ballots, the final results, and voter registration cards are then hand-delivered to the Republican Party's headquarters in a bag that often looks like this, allowing the GOP to certify the online results that often have great bearing on who will be America's next president. In Iowa, Morgan Martin, Gaylord News.
I had a question.
Whether it's print journalism or broadcast, it's journalism all the same, with one goal: to learn. 16 students from OU's Gaylord College have traveled to the Hawkeye State chasing stories, covering everything from rallies to debates and watch parties.
The dynamics of journalism today are completely different than when I started. But probably it's more important now than it's ever been before.
Tom Witoski, a journalist and Oklahoma native, retired from the Des Moines Register, has covered every caucus from 1980 to 2007 and knows the unique political nature of the state. His goal, to help these up-and-coming students.
Know what questions to ask, where to look for information, so that they can verify it, so that they can deliver a fair and accurate report.
They're also learning how to adapt to change in what the National Weather Center is calling a once-in-a-decade storm system that's threatened to cancel candidates' events and moved interviews online.
For journalism junior Ireland Fitzer, it's all part of the experience.
I've learned for sure that not everything is going to go the way you think it's going to go. You're definitely going to have to work around and be on your feet at all times. And I think that's the biggest learning experience we can get from this.
To end their trip, the group will cover the caucus at various precinct locations on Monday. In Iowa, Morgan Martin, Gaylord News. When talking about this caucus cycle, it may seem tough to find the voice of Democrats. You more than likely won't find them at in-person Republican events like these.
I didn't like caucuses very much. I don't like them. And I'm glad that the Democrats aren't doing it.
Some members of the Democratic Party, like Donna McKay, have strong feelings and are welcoming the change. They want privacy in their politics.
Because I don't like the idea that you're with your neighbors and you may not disagree with your neighbors, but they don't know that, but they're going to find out when the caucusing comes up.
Democrats will still have the chance on paper to voice their opinion for a presidential nominee, just this time by mail.
The Iowa Democratic Party started taking requests for those mail-in cards back in November, and once received, they must be postmarked by Super Tuesday, March 5th. McKay is confident that the process will work just the same.
Here, but I'm sure it'll be fine because it's always been very efficient.
As for the party's version of caucusing on Monday, it will consist of traditional business like electing delegates and county central committee members. In Iowa, Morgan Martin, Gaylord News.